everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. I am the Clumsy Stitcher here on YouTube and over on Instagram. This is my YouTube channel where I talk all about cross stitch. So if you are new here, a very warm welcome to you. If you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back and spending some more time with me. This will probably be a relatively short video if I'm honest. Stitching has been a little bit limited in the past month because work's been quite busy, life has been quite busy, and so stitching time had to take a back seat, unfortunately. However, I do still have a few things to show you. First things first though, I would like to announce the winners of the giveaway, which I announced in my previous video. Thank you very much for all of your patience in me getting back to YouTube to announce this. I firstly wanted to say a huge thank you to all of the lovely comments you left on my last video. I had so many congratulations and quite a few, oh my god, has it been a year already? And I was like, yeah, I feel the same. But I just wanted to say a massive thank you for all of your comments. They were really, really appreciated. So in my last video, I announced 3 different giveaways. One for a Stanley Morrison PDF pattern, one for a piece of chromatic alchemy fabric, and one for an Etsy gift card. And before I announce the winners, I did just want to caveat the Etsy gift card, simply because I announced this before Etsy announced that they were going to hike up the fees that they charge to creators and sellers on their platform. Having announced the giveaway, I will still do the Etsy gift card, but I would really encourage all of us who use Etsy that when we are looking for when we have found something that we like from a creator, before purchasing through Etsy, go back to see if they have a website themselves, because this keeps happening where Etsy keep hiking up their fees and reporting record profits, and it isn't fair for the people who make their living from Etsy, even though because they rely on the platform so heavily. And so I would just like to say, please just check if anyone has their own website before purchasing from Etsy. There is also a strike happening from the 11th of April to the 18th of April, which is when Etsy are increasing their fees for sellers on their platform. And it's for that week, we are being encouraged not to purchase anything from Etsy. And it's one of those where everyone has to take part for Etsy to kind of sit up and take any kind of notice. So I'd really encourage you to take part in that as well. I do appreciate that it must be incredibly hard for sellers with regards to kind of this element of the strike, as like I said, it's where they make their living. And so I do appreciate that it is a bit of a double-edged sword, but I did want to raise this as I am gifting a Etsy gift card around this time when they're hiking their fees. So I wanted to just be quite clear about my opinion and my stance. I hope you can all understand. So on to the winners. Firstly, for the Stanley Morrison, so I'm looking down because I've got the names written down underneath where I'm recording. Firstly, for the Stanley Morrison PDF pattern, there were 34 entries for this, and the winner is Lisa S. Stitches, and I'll pop your comment up here. Hopefully by the time this video goes live, I will have commented on your comment on the previous video, and I'll leave you my email address to get in touch with me so that you can let me know which pattern you would like. The next giveaway is for the piece of chromatic alchemy fabric, and for this one there were 21 entries, and the winner is Lorna Buffy. And again, I'll pop your comment up here. I will again have commented on your comment, so if you could just let me know which piece of fabric that you would like, and we'll have a discussion about arranging postage and everything like that. And then lastly, for the Etsy gift card, this had 68 entries, and the winner for this is Karen Jorgen Jensen. And again, comment up here, and I will comment on your comment as well with my email address so that we can get in touch about that. Thank you all so much for entering the giveaway. Like I said, I am so grateful to all of your comments, and there were quite a few comments saying I'd enabled a few purchases over the last year, and I have to say I found that quite funny because I have been enabled so much since finding Flosstube. So I feel like the circle of enabling continues. Now onto the stitching side of things. I am going to start very quickly with haul, as I only have a couple of bits to show you this time. These were both items that I actually purchased back in January, but because they were being made, just took a bit longer to arrive. The first one I have to show you is a needle minder. This is from Pedro's Plaques, and I saw this on Teresa Little Stitch's YouTube channel, and I just loved the colours, and so I decided to get one myself. And zoom in a little bit there, don't want to get the shadow on it. And then on the back of the magnet is just a little button, so it sits like that. So I've really been enjoying using that. And then, no surprise to anybody, I have another piece of Chromatic Alchemy fabric to show you, because I just cannot help myself with this shop. This is a 32 count even weave in the colour Ether. And it's this lovely kind of sky toned, mottled light blue. I think where it's showing up as white, it's actually like a light pink. I've been trying to play with the camera setting to see if I can get this to show up properly, but unfortunately I don't think it's going to work. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, so it's a light pinky colour. It actually on her website, it shows up really well. The colour's really true. And so I absolutely love this. I think it's really gorgeous. And something I was thinking of doing on this was the pattern I received from my sister for Christmas, which was the I saw 3 ships come sailing in. I just thought it would fit on this really well. So yeah, this is that. And those are my only 2 bits of haul. And like I said, I got them way back in January when I had a bit of a spending spree. And because of that spending spree, I now haven't bought anything for quite a while because I just had to put the brakes on a little bit. I needed to stop buying things needlessly. And so those are my little bits of haul. So now we will move on to stitching progress. Unfortunately, I've not got any finishes to show you, but I've got a few whips to go through. So firstly is one of my Advent animals. This is Kenny the kangaroo, and last time I showed you I just had his foot here, and I did say I wanted to finish him this month, but like I say, stitching time it's not been very available, and I've also been quite jumpy with my projects. Like I've not stuck to anything for a particularly long time. So this is as far as I've got with him. So I've still got his head to do up here, and then finish the stocking and the drink on the tail. So hopefully he'll be done this month, but we'll just have to wait and see. These are stitched on a 32 count Falling Snow even weave by Lakeside Needlecraft, with all the called for DMC in the pattern. These are freebie patterns available on Brooks Books website, and I'm loving doing them. Just slow down a bit on the progress on these ones this time around. My next project is one I haven't worked on in a while, but I think you will have seen it in my whip parade. I'll put a quick picture of the finished pattern here. This is the Terra Stitch pattern with it's got quite a long name, so I just end up calling it boho cross stitch. And this is how far I have got now. So last time in the whip parade, I think I just had this like really pale pink around this side, and so I've been working in the middle and coming down. I'm trying to colour complete on this one. And so I've got this peachy colour finished. I am stitching this on a 40 count antique white Newcastle linen from Zweigart in the called for DMC. This has actually been called as my April Whip Go project as well. And on my Whip Go board, it's on there as a finish. And so hopefully I'll be able to get quite a lot of progress in here this month. Because it's just, so I've got probably about 2,000 stitches left down here to finish, and then it's that big like back stitched arch in the middle. But I think it will look so nice when it's done. I don't know what, to be honest, I don't know why I haven't worked on this one. Just keep getting distracted because I love the colours as well. So that is my progress so far on that one. Hopefully you'll see a lot more on that in my next video. Moving on to my next project. The next one is a favourite of mine, and it was called For March Whip Go. So my goal was to get 25% in March, but unfortunately didn't happen, but that's fine. Let me just get all my fabric together. So this is my floppy. This is the Secret de Cajot by Ink Circles. And so my progress this month has been to stitch in the middle here. And I've started coming up here as well. Because I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down and finish this central motif and then go across to this side and finish this like top corner and get it done by quarter by quarter. That's not stretching out at the top there. And so this is stitched on a 40 count cream Newcastle linen by Zweigart in the sulky 12 weight cotton blendable in the colour 4090. And this needle minder is from Nerdy Needle Design Co. And it's the earthbending symbol from the Avatar series, which is what I've based these colours on. So yeah, still loving it, just haven't been working on it. But I'm enjoying the progress I'm making when I'm working on it, so I'm still really happy with it. That's that one. The next piece is one I haven't actually worked on in a while, and then I picked it up in March and it ended up being called for an April Whip Go goal. So this is the Cabin Fever piece by Dimensions Gold Collection. Just absolutely gorgeous. I think I pulled it out because because I finished the Aurora Cabin version of this as well, and it hangs in our bedroom. And so when I'm staring at that, I'm like, oh, I just really need to finish that other one as well, because I just think they're so gorgeous. And so I should have a picture of where I was last time, so I'll pop that in here quickly now as well, because I changed my approach slightly on this. But this is where I am now. So I've started in the centre, and I started working on the cabin. But when I pulled it out again, I was just really not in the mood to keep stitching on it. There's just so many colour changes and there's so many little details that I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go up and stitch this big bit of blue up here and actually just get some stitches in. And so I decided to count. So this is where I counted up to the corner. And then I've come across and I've started doing some of the trees up here. And I just think the effect is so good because they're all half stitches up here. And then it comes down to the cabin. So I'm just loving the colours up here. And I'll get back to the cabin eventually. So the Whip Go goal for April is to finish an 1/8 of a page. Because the Dimensions kits are split into 2 pages. And it's because of all the colour changes and because of all the blended threads and all of that. And when I say an 1/8 of a page, I don't mean any back stitch. I literally just mean the stitching, because I'll do all the back stitch at the end. And so I'll probably aim to do like this bit up here. But it depends how much time I have available. Because it is quite time, like this, I'm just not very, I don't know if I'm a very quick stitcher anyway, but this just takes, it just feels like it takes a long time. But that is where I am on that one. Really enjoyed getting that one out, actually. I think just because, especially when you have a Dimensions piece hanging in your house, you just know how beautiful they are. And so it's just the process just feels like it takes a bit longer than some of your other stitches. And I kept going, I was in a bit of a weird mood this month as well. I kept flip-flopping between really wanting a finish and like just picking up really random projects. I'm sorry, just putting this away so I don't make too much mess. So the next project I worked on was a Whip Go Cool for February or March. I can't really remember now. They're all just blending into one. And it was my Cozy Cafe by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I will put a picture up of what it will look like at the end. And then where I had it before as well. And so in my Whip Go goal, the aim was to finish the entire top half. But I just got one of the cups done. So I added the chai onto the top line. And if you bear with me, I'll just get a bit closer. So I love all the funky colours in that cup. I just love this. I think it looks so sweet. So I'm stitching this on a 32 count fabric flare in the colour Café au Lait. And that's where I am. So we'll see if I can get a bit done. Like I said in my whip update, my whip parade in December, the Whip Go goals I've chosen, they are quite lofty for the amount of time I typically have available. But it was more about getting that progress and really working on projects to get them closer to a finish maybe, rather than necessarily a finish. So I know that I've got quite a lot to catch up on already, but I'm not that phased about it, so it's all good. And then my last project that I worked on was the Link and Zelda project that I'm doing for as like a wedding sampler for me and my husband. So I'll put up a quick picture of what it looked like at the end. And then where I had it previously, this was called in January and the Whip Go goal was to finish Zelda. And so I made some good progress on her, but I didn't finish her. But then this month I decided to pick the project up again. And, bear with me. And I got a finish on Zelda. And I was enjoying stitching on it so much that I kept going straight on with Link. So I've got his boots done there. So I'm really, now that she's finished, I'm so glad I've picked this linen. This is a 32 count Glacier linen by Chromatic Alchemy. And I just think she stands out so well and so vibrantly. So I'm really looking forward to getting Link done as well. So that's my Link and Zelda piece. So I'm hoping, so this will be my focus piece this month, I think, because like I said before, I want to get it finished before our anniversary in July. So I've got a lot of stitching to do, especially Link's hair. I think it's going to take me some time. But that is that. The last project I have to show you is a very exciting new start for me. Firstly, this is also a little bit of haul. So this is another one of the Chromatic Alchemy linens that I got with the ether before. So this is another 32 count even weave in Lazurite. I think it's a little bit grayer maybe than it's showing up. So it's not quite as bright blue, it's a bit of a deeper grayer blue. But it is just absolutely gorgeous. I really like my blue linens from Chromatic Alchemy actually, I think. So that was my bit of haul. And on this, I started Cottage Garden Samplings, The Fox, which was well overdue, if I'm honest. I've been wanting to start this for ages, but I never bought it, and then it was out of stock for months. And then obviously I had to wait to get the linen when the pattern arrived, so I just couldn't resist my new start on this one, basically. So this is my start. So I decided to just stitch it in the DMC and not use any of the fancy flosses. And I just love the brightness of the orange on the, oh, it's not gonna like any of those colours. I just love the orange against the blue and that white against the blue. I think it just looks so fantastic. I'm so happy to have started this. So this was started as well in conjunction with the Stitch Asia hashtag on Instagram, which was started by Abby Bella Stitch last year to uplift Asian makers and designers, because Cottage Garden Samplings is an Asian designer. And so I just absolutely loved stitching on. I stitched on this for like 5 days. I just really, really loved it. It makes me very, very happy. And I said I wasn't going to do any of the other ones, but now I'm working on this and it's only a matter of time. So yes, looking forward to getting more progress on that one. So that is all of the progress and the updates I have to share with you. Like I said, I did think it was going to be a short video, but I hope that you've seen things that you like and you're happy to see some progress. I'm sorry to all of my dragon fans. I haven't actually pulled my Margarita dragon out at all. I thought I would be able to remain motivated to be doing 2,000 stitches a month with or without the whip go goal, but unfortunately, it's just felt a bit too much, I think, and I've been picking up kind of smaller projects to get smaller goals on, if that makes sense. So hopefully they'll be coming out again soon. Thank you all for coming and sitting with me again this week. I hope that you're all getting on okay and enjoying whatever stitching that you are picking up. And I will speak to you again next month. Bye.